Hey guys, my name is Vanessa. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be doing a video today on a cut crease, and with that cut crease we're going to be using the Morphe 24G palette, brand new set of the Makeupshack brushes, and we're going to be using the brand new Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte Liquid Lipstick in Christini. So if you guys want to see this, stay tuned, subscribe, grab a snack. I'm not very good at this. This is literally my first decent YouTube video, so hopefully you like it, and as time goes by they're gonna get better. So let's get into it. We're gonna start off with Anastasia Beverly Hills. The first thing I always do is my brows, so I use the dip brow in medium brown and the brow definer in soft brown. So the first thing I do is I brush my brows, get them all into the same direction. That way it's easier for me to shape them out. Now my brows are really sparse, so I do have to add a lot more products than a lot of other people and a lot of other beauty gurus because I have so many empty spaces. So what I start off with is I fill in the basic shape, and then I go back in and define them even more with the dip brow. So this allows me to go in and create a look somewhere in between natural and between the dramatic brow. So you can see I'm creating all my lines, but as I use the spoolie, those lines are brushing away. I'm brushing down to move that product down. When you're working on the top of the brow, if you brush up, it is going to move all of that product above your brow, and you're going to have to use a lot more concealer to break it up, to clean it up. Now we're going in with the dip brow. This is where I then fill in all of those empty spaces, but I'm leaving the front of it open so that I have that softer look. Again, going in with the spoolie, blending both products together. This is probably going to be easier for you than it is for me, because I have really unsteady hands. But if you have unsteady hands as well, it's easier to steady yourself by putting a finger on your face. Just like you can see I do several times. I put like my pinky on my face just to steady myself so that I can draw my desired shape. Now we're going with concealer. This is Shape Tape in the color medium light. So I go very light in the front towards the center, and then I just use the flat side and I carve out the end, and then what I do is I drag this down. You can drag it down all the way to your eyelid and use it as a primer, or you can just blend it out. Now I just use my finger. I don't really do anything special. You can use a brush, but for me it blends out just fine this way. So the next thing we're going to do is measure and make sure that these brows are as even as possible. Following the same concept, drawing lightly in the center, dragging it out to the edge of the tail, and using the flat end to really carve that out. Just blending that out now. Then we're going to measure and make sure these are the same. Go ahead and wipe that away. We don't need that anymore. I'm gonna lightly carve out on the top. This isn't a necessary step. You don't have to do this, but for some, it might be necessary. Now you want to go super light, and don't put concealer like right at the front, because it will square it off a bit too much. If you do, and you do need to like even it out a bit more, just use a spoolie and brush it out. Next we're going in with the NYX White eye priming base, and I just use my finger to blend this out just to make sure I don't get too much product on my eyes. Now we're going in with the Morphe 24G palette. First color I'm going to use is Creamer, and I'm going to put that on with the Morphe E46 brush. This is a really nice brush to set your concealer or your eye primer. Just the first shade is really going to pack it in, blend it in. Next I'm going in with the MakeupShack T68, and I'm going to be using the color Frenchy. Dust that off. We're going to go very lightly into the crease. This is going to be our first transition color. This is going to blend all of the other colors that we choose to use together. It's really important to make sure you blend all of this out so you don't have any harsh lines. Now we're going to be going into the color Brassy with the MakeupShack T88 brush. Not going as high as we did with Frenchy, because this is going to be more focused in on our crease, and we're prepping our eyes for the darker shades. Again, focus on really blending these out. If you find that it's not blending out, go ahead and grab a clean brush, one that hasn't been used, don't put any product, and then go in and start blending with one of those instead. Next, we're going to go in with Flirty, and I'm forgetting the name of this brush, but I will list it down below in the comments. So this is going to give us more of red undertones, because we're then going to go in with a much darker shade. And again, we're buying this all the way to the front because we want that dramatic look once we do our cut crease. Now we're going to go in with Brew and the MakeupShack T14 brush. Now this is a small tapered brush. This is going to give us a lot more precision in placing our darker colors. That way we make sure that that dark color doesn't go above the eye socket, because when that happens, then it starts looking a bit out of place. Now we're going to go back in with Brassy and the MakeupShack T88 brush. We're going to blend the Brew with Brassy, and that's going to blend all of the colors, all of the other colors together. Now when you do your makeup, you really got to find your rhythm. Some people like to do one eye and then the other. For me, the way I like to do it is I like to do them at the same time. So what I do to one eye, I do to the other eye, and that helps me make sure that I am following all the same steps. So the higher I get, the lighter I press to my face. And even though these colors look like they're getting a little bit high, once we put the lighter colors back in and we even that out, we use a clean brush to blend it out, it is going to lighten up. Now we're going to cut the crease. I'm going to use the concealer. I'm going to use my concealer brush that I use for the brows. And you really need to find your eye shape. If you go above your eyelid, then when you place your product, it isn't going to sit as well. So you want to make sure that you stay within your eyelid when you're doing your cut crease. Now I'm going to blend that out. Really what it is I'm basically using my finger as like Imagine like if you wanted to use tape to take lint off of your pants. So basically what this is, what my finger does, is it takes the excess concealer off. Now we're going to be going in with the Morphe M421 with a bit of Fix Plus and the shade Marble. So this is going right over the top of the concealer, and then I go back in with Brew and the T14 brush to blend the two colors together. If you don't blend the two colors together, it is going to look like it's just cut off, and it's not going to look the same as when you're looking at yourself directly. Same process over on the other side. Again, just going in and blending that out, just making it a little softer. We still want to hold the depth of color on the outer corner and the inner corner. Now we're going in with a clean brush, just blend everything through. And then I'm taking the MakeupShack T75 brush in Stila Liquid Eyeshadow and Kitten Karma. And I'm following the line that I carved out with my concealer for this cut crease with this a thin line of this liquid glitter. And this is really easy to do because I'm using a lip brush, so it's super precise. Now we're going in with NYX Liquid Liner in Vinyl. This has been my favorite liner for, I'd say, the past year. I have about 4 bottles open. I keep one in my purse. I keep a couple in my vanity. Sometimes I keep one in my car. I really just keep it with me everywhere that I go. It's really nice. Very easy to draw. But I have super shaky hands, so it does take me a bit of work to actually get my wings. And we're gonna go in and extend it. So after we create that simple wing, we go in, we make it longer and a bit more dramatic. You want to look at your eyeliner from different angles in your mirror to see where you need to even it out. And if you notice, I start with a just regular thin line and then I build up from there. So we draw the basic wing, connect it over, fill it in, make sure that it flows with the rest of the line in your eye shape, and then we wing it out. Now we're going to clean these up with Shape Tape and the Anastasia concealer brush. It's not always a necessary step, but it does make it look a lot more defined. And then I blend that out with my finger. Now we're going to go in with Tarte Poreless Primer. I don't really have a careful plan for this. I really just put it on. I also throw a bit on my lips so they feel a little bit more prepped and hydrated. Now we're going in with L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover in the shade 303. This is nude beige. This is a really, really thick foundation. So for me, it's easier to put it on with my fingers and then go ahead and blend it out. So to do so, I'm using the T29 brush from the MakeupShack. This is an angled brush, which I have found is just really, really nice. And it's a different take for me because I'm usually sided towards a blending sponge for my foundation. I feel that I like the finish better. But this one's allowing me to get into the eyebrows without getting the product on my brows, into my nose area, and really just blend that out. But of course, I'm still gonna go in with my blending brush. This is also from the MakeupShack. And it's really my new alternative to the Beauty Blender. Once you wet this sponge, it is so bouncy and it does not soak up a ton of product. Now we're gonna go in, obviously, with Shape Tape. Gonna go ahead and highlight. Spray some Fix Plus. And then we're gonna blend that out. I spray the Fix Plus on top of the concealer so that as my foundation is drying, there's a little bit of refreshing hydration that's going to help me blend those out without creating any harsh lines between the concealer and the foundation. So I'm trying something new here. I'm gonna go with RCMA colorless powder and Van Nuys banana powder. I'm mixing these together. I didn't quite like them separately, but together they seem to be doing a pretty good job. So I'm just giving a layer of that. Now we're going to go in for the under eye. Since we have that powder under our eyes, this is going to act as like a blanket. So whatever fallout we get from smoking out the under eye, it's just going to get brushed away. It's not going to damage your makeup. You're not going to have to fix anything at all. So to do the under eye, we are using the T34 brush, the T65, and the T67. And we're blending Brew, Frenchy, and Dream. So go in, I like to start with a darker color, and then I like to blend it out. And then I'm putting that lighter color over into the center, just so that there's a little bit of light in there. Now I'll be going in with FRANKIEROSE Infinity Black Gel Liner. This is the only liner that I use. It's really been a great product for me. I've never had to reach for a different one. Now I'm going into the waterline of both the top and the bottom of my eye, and I really want to make sure that I get all the product in there, because when you go for bigger lashes, you don't want to have those empty spaces or light or white spaces. You want it all to blend and look flawless together. So now that we're done with that, we're going to dust everything away with the MakeupShack T7. Now we're going to contour, so we're going in with FRANKIEROSE contour palette. Since I'm out of that middle shade, I kind of mix the middle and the lighter shade together just to bronze up my face. And then I go in with the darker shade right at the cheekbone so that I can give it a bit more definition. For this, I am using the Real Techniques multi-face brush. And this has always been a great blending brush for me. I think I've had it for like 2 years now. I'm just gonna carve that out a bit. I don't like to do too fierce of a carve because that's just how I am. But now we're gonna take the T37 and we're gonna do a bit of nose contouring. There's many different brushes that you can use for this. But this one's working. Then I'm blending that out with the T43. This is also from the MakeupShack. I'm just going to define that a bit more. And let that set because I'm super oily on my nose. So we're going to dust off our cheeks. Now we're going to highlight. So this is Gerard Cosmetics Highlight in Grace. I'm going to be using the Morphe R36 brush. Now you can see I formed my face as if, not exactly like I'm gonna smile, but so that I can see how my cheeks plump up and I can apply it there. That way it's not in the wrong area. Sometimes people can put a little too high, a little too low, but if you really just manipulate the way that your face moves and work with it in that way, you can really get a good highlight. Now we're gonna do our eyes. So we're gonna go in with FRANKIEROSE Mascara, Balm Mascara. It's got a really good brush. It really gets through each and every lash and it's really buildable. Now we're going in with the MakeupShack lashes in Dubai. These are beautiful lashes. Probably my favorite lashes from the MakeupShack. The only thing is that I need to find sunglasses that fit large lashes. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I'm not about to give up these lashes. Oh, and this is the Duo Glue. So I put that on, and then I do my mascara and then throw it back on. So I've saved the bottom lashes with mascara for last, just so that it doesn't get all messy. Now we're going in with Gerard Cosmetics Hydro Matte Liquid Lipstick in Christini. This is a brand new one. It's a really nice berry color. It'll suit any skin tone. It's really long lasting as well. So there you have it. That's the final look. I hope you guys like it. Please subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. Let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.